opinions, only facts. We rely solely on primary sources and academic literature.
Episode 2. The omnipresence of Rudra in the Yajur Veda. The Shatarudriya.
The god who permeates the atom and the cosmos.
We are in 1200 BCE. The Vedic world is changing. Rudra is no longer just the god who descends from the mountains with the storm. He has become the storm itself, the breath of every living being, the secret heartbeat of matter. In the Yajur Veda, and particularly in the extraordinary hymn of the Shatarudriya, we witness an unprecedented ontological revolution. 100 names, 100 faces, 100 manifestations. But why would a god want to be identified with a potter, a thief, or a brigand? Is there a hidden sacredness in the shadows? The answer is shocking. Rudra is no longer elsewhere, he is everywhere. If you want to find him, do not look only toward the sky, but look into the hands of those who work the earth and those who live on the margins of society. Prepare to meet the God who is chosen to inhabit every atom of the universe.
Primary text. Shatarudriya. Vajasaneyi Samhita 16, 1-5.
1. Homage to your wrath, O Rudra, and homage to your arrow. Homage to your bow, and homage to your arms. 2. With that form of yours which is propitious, not terrifying, which reveals no evil, with that form which is most salutary, look upon us, O Lord of the mountains. 3. That arrow which you hold in your hand to hurl, O Lord of the mountains, make it propitious. Do not strike men or the world, O protector of the mountains. 4. With propitious words we invoke you, O Lord of the mountains, so that our whole world may be free of disease and our heart may be happy. 5. May he speak in our favor, the first divine physician, destroy all serpents and all demonic powers.
Ontological analysis. Rudra's omnipresence is not an abstract concept, it is a physical reality. The term Shatarudriya literally means the 100 Rudras. But these 100 are not separate entities. They are projections of a single consciousness that fragments itself to sustain the diversity of the world. When the text speaks of macrocosm and microcosm, it is describing the state of Vishwarupa, the universal form. But how can a god maintain his purity while mixing with the dust of the streets? The secret lies in his capacity to be the Lord of everything, even that which we consider impure. The Lord of Thieves and the Marginalized. Here is the breaking point of conventional religious logic. The Shatarudriya performs an audacious act. It identifies Rudra as the Lord of Thieves and Brigands. Why? Is he a god of crime? No. He is the God who inhabits the liminal, the space between laws, the border between the forest and the city. Rudra is he who protects those who have no protection, he who sees where others close their eyes. This total inclusion is proof of his all-encompassing nature. He does not judge, he is. But what does it mean for a devotee to know that their God is present even in the moment of sin or deviation? This is the tension that holds the universe together. Rudra's capacity to transcend every moral category, to embrace existence in its entirety. Primary Shatarudriya, Vajasaneyi Samhita, 16, 20-23.
20. Homage to the Lord of Thieves. Homage to the Lord of Brigands. Homage to the Lord of those who steal in the forests. 21. Homage to him who deceives. Homage to him who is the supreme deceiver. Homage to the Lord of those who wander by night. 22. Homage to him who carries the sword. Homage to him who carries the dagger. Homage to the Lord of those who kill. 23. Homage to him who is seated. homage to him who is lying down, homage to him who sleeps, homage to him who is awake.
Ontological analysis. Identifying with blacksmiths and potters means recognizing divinity in the process of transforming matter. Rudra is the fire that forges iron and the heat that bakes clay. But being the Lord of Thieves also means the Lord of time that steals life, of death that subtracts what we love. The transcendence of conventional categories is the state of Advaita, non-duality, which begins to sprout right here in the heart of the Vedic ritual. But if Rudra is in everything, who is he who decides between life and death?
The dispenser of life and death. We have reached the peak of tension. Rudra is the lord of diseases, but he is also the lord of remedies. He is he who takes life, but he is also he who grants it. This is not a contradiction, it is a cycle. In the Yajurveda, Rudra becomes the pivot of this infinite cycle. He is the destroyer of enemies, but who are these enemies? They are the forces of ignorance, of inertia, of everything that blocks the evolution of the soul. His violence is a form of superior peace, a necessary destruction to allow creation. It is here that we begin to see clearly the shadow of Shiva, the god who dances on the ashes of the world to give birth to a new day. But how can a man pray to a god who could destroy him in an instant? Primary text, Shatarudriya, Vajasaneyi Samhita, 1647-50.
47. Homage to him who is the Lord of diseases. Homage to him who is the Lord of remedies. 48. Homage to him who is the Lord of life. Homage to him who is the Lord of death. 49. Homage to him who is the Lord of cattle. Homage to him who is the Lord of enemies. 50. Homage to him who is violence. Homage to him who is peace. Homage to him who is destruction. Homage to him who is creation.
Ontological analysis. The weaving of attributes is the very fabric of reality. Rudra is the weaver and the fabric. Violence and peace are the two threads that compose the design. When we invoke him as Pashupati, we are asking the Lord of Instincts to protect our most vulnerable part. But his protection requires total submission. One cannot have his grace without accepting his wrath. This is the law of sacrifice. But what happens when prayer is no longer enough, and the god manifests his most terrifying nature? The supplication to appease the wrath. The hymn of the Shatarudriya is not just a description, it is a desperate supplication. Devotees repeat his names like a shield. Be propitious, Rudra, do not strike us with your wrath. This repetition is not just devotion, it is a resonance technique. Through the sound of Rudra's name, the devotee seeks to tune their inner frequency with that of the god, transforming terror into reverence. It is an act of submission that aims to appease the wild nature of the divinity, to let his benevolent aspect emerge. But beware, appeasing Rudra does not mean making him harmless. It means accepting his power and hoping to be spared from his dart. The tension between fear and hope is what fuels the right. What will happen when this supplication becomes a song of liberation?
Primary text, Shatarudriya, Vajasaneyi Samhita, 1661-66.
61. Ward off from us your wrath, O Rudra. Ward off from us your dart. Be propitious to us, O God, and grant us your protection. 62. Do not strike our children. Do not strike our men.
Do not strike our animals. Be benevolent toward us, O Lord of the mountains. 63. We invoke you with homage. We honor you with sacrifices. May your grace be upon us, O Supreme God. 64. You are the Lord of all that exists. You are the controller of destiny. Be propitious to our paths, O Rudra. 65. We seek your protection. We seek your grace. Ward off from us every evil, O protector of the world. 66. Homage to Rudra. Homage to Shiva. Homage to him who is supreme peace. Ontological analysis. The repetition of names is the practice of Japa, which finds its most ancient roots here. Every name is a key to a different state of consciousness. Invoking benevolent aspects means seeking the state of Shiva Tattva, the pure goodness that resides beyond the storm. But destiny is in Rudra's hands. He is the controller of time, Kala. His supremacy is absolute because he is the only one who can untie the knots of karma. But just as the right seems to have reached its goal, a new revelation emerges from the Atharva Veda. Rudra is about to assume even more powerful new identities.
Critical apparatus and episode conclusion. We have seen how in the Yajur Veda, Rudra has become the soul of the world, present in every craft, in every sin, and in every prayer. The Shatarudriya is the bridge that connects the storm god to the god of the universe. But his evolution does not stop here. In the next episode, we will see how Rudra will merge with other deities to become the lord of cattle and creation in the Atharva Veda. But before you go, ask yourselves, if Rudra is in the potter and the thief, where is he hiding in your daily work? The answer might change the way you see reality.
Critical apparatus. The philological analysis of the Yajur Veda, c. 1200 to 1000 BCE, reveals a fundamental transition toward divine immanence. The Shatarudriya is not just a ritual text, but a document of social and cosmic integration. The identification of Rudra with marginal classes suggests a process of syncretism that allowed the Vedic tradition to absorb pre-Aryan local cults. The term Shatarudriya remains today one of the pillars of Shaivite liturgy, witnessing the millennial persistence of this ontological vision. References: Anonymous, Yajur Veda, c. 1200 to 1000 BCE.
If this content pleased you, I invite you to like it. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next videos. Your support truly encourages me to keep creating content like this.